Yo, what is that though, dude? Like, what?
What's going on, Cody? Welcome to Nathan for Reaction. And today I'm going to be reacting to SCP-610 The Flesh That Hates Part 2 SCP Animation. This is by The Rubber. Now, Part 1 was like really creepy, and I'm really interested to see Part 2. So always, link to the original video in the description down below. Also, if you guys are new, smash that subscribe button. Let's go and check out SCP-610 The Flesh That Hates Part 2 SCP Animation.
Viewer discretion is advised.
So, the biology mutation process of SCP-610 and some
What?
aspects of the
Oh my
exploration
goodness,
logs
dude.
were discussed in Part 1. If you want to know more,
That is so
please click here to
creepy.
watch Part 1. In this video,
Dude,
we will
Part
dive
1 was,
further into
like,
the
super
exploration of
creepy.
SCP-610. At the end of Part 1, we mentioned that the destruction of Site C
Right.
resulted in a series of unexpected events in Site A. As the strange spherical formation in Site C was burned and destroyed, aerial footage
What?
shows the infected entities in Site A going into
Dude, that
explosion.
thing was super
Hello
creepy
everybody,
though.
I'm the Rubber. Today we bring you SCP Foundation.
Dude, I'm so interested to like see like what else like SCP like 610 has, because I mean like Part 1 was just like so creepy, dude, and just so interesting as well. And I mean, oh my goodness, like, oh, let's
Peter
go.
class
no.
object SCP-610 Part
That
2.
music though.
After the explosion, all immobile 610 infected within the village rapidly shriveled and died,
What?
along with any flesh material spread across inanimate objects. The mobile 610
Oh,
infected made their way
why,
into an
dude?
upper-class residence building.
Dude, where are
As
they
the infected
going?
entered the building, the ground collapsed, revealing a sinkhole. All infected
What?
life that did not evacuate into the hole, remaining above ground instead, died and quickly became shriveled husks. In a span of 30 minutes,
Hold up,
3
dude.
research teams set up stations within the village's remains. Samples of the deceased 610 infected were sent back to Perimeter HQ for processing and researching. However, 2 hours later, seismic activity began to occur within Site A.
Yo,
Two of
dude, what's going on though? Like, is this like an earthquake or something? Dude, oh my goodness, like, what is going on?
the
dude?
original teams remained on site, while the third team was instructed to proceed back to Perimeter HQ with the collected samples. Immediately following the seismic event, a torrent of 610 spores erupted from the hole and layered the
Yo.
area around it for a span of 50 meters. As the eruption was being reported, both teams at Site A were assaulted by infected flying organisms.
What?
These organisms
Oh,
attacked by
what is
splitting their
that,
heads in half
dude?
and
Dude,
clamping
is that
them
like a
against
bird
research members,
thing? Oh my
pulling them
god.
into the air
Dude,
and
it's
dropping
taking
them into
what?
the hole.
Dude, oh my, the thing flies, dude, what? That is so creepy, dude, why?
Before video and radio contact was lost with the remaining teams inside Site A, a second seismic event began to occur,
Yo.
causing another spore burst. Following this, a new, previously unseen SCP-610 entity began to emerge from the hole.
What?
The creature's only footage depicts an engorged human
Oh!
head, approximately 20 times larger than that of an average human, pressing itself out of the hole with no discernible body.
Oh,
The research
dude!
team's video and radio
Oh,
contact were
dude,
lost
what
as
is
seismic
that?
forces in
What was that, dude? Oh my goodness. Dude, that thing looks extra creepy, though. Oh, it's just like, oh, man, I don't even know, dude, that is so
increased to
creepy.
7 on the Richter magnitude scale for 2 seconds duration, then abruptly ceased. For over 1 hour, nothing further had happened at Site A. All personnel and equipment are considered lost. With an absence of activity at Site A, the Foundation decided to send in another remote drone to explore the sinkhole and
I
relay
think the last one
transmitted
was
data
named
back to
Herbie.
HQ.
Does this one have
After
a name?
approximately 2 minutes, the drone found traces of SCP-610 material attached to the dirt
Oh, wait,
and
so it's
rocks at
still
a depth
there.
of 15 meters. The material is dormant, but retains its texture and appearance, unlike samples from above ground level, which shrivels and dries rapidly. At 100
Wait, so
meters in
that's
depth,
like-
small tunnels branch out at apparently random intervals.
Where did those tunnels come
An
from,
increase
though?
in the density of SCP-610 materials
Wait, so
found on the walls
SCP-610 is, like,
is
still
noted as
there.
the drone continues down. The bottom of the sinkhole becomes visible, and the tunnel tilts sharply, suggesting
that
an
thing
abnormal
moving?
formation. 610 material now coats the tunnel entirely. Movement is detected 5 meters ahead. The camera focus turns to a moving
Yo.
mass, which appears to
Oh,
be
where
a
did
deep,
that come from,
uninfected,
though? no!
wriggling in the grips of tendrils
Oh, no.
composed of 610 material. The deer is suspended
What?
in mid-air. 30
Dude,
meters past the
help
encountered
that
deer, the tunnel displays large lumps in apparently random placement. These lumps are discovered to have similarities to the infected villagers who escaped from Site A, finding refuge in the sinkhole after Site C's destruction.
Wait, so they like went in the sinkhole like after like the eruption and everything, so I guess that's where they're like
What? So that's like where they're staying and stuff? Dude, what? That is so
The sound of
creepy.
rushing water is now detected, and the drone is pushed forward. The tunnel splits into a
that
crossroads at this
water?
point. One tunnel leads around a river and then seems to slope downward,
Dude, is there
while
like
the other is
sea
directly
creatures in
above a
there?
light source in the ceiling. The drone proceeds upwards for approximately 45 minutes before
45
emerging into a
minutes,
windy
dude.
mountainside, assumed to be in the neighborhood of Site B. The buildings appear to be constructed directly from 610
Oh!
tissue substance and coated in deceased
Dude.
610 material.
Oh!
After a cursory scan
Yo.
of Site B, it is determined that there is no life present, either natural or 610 related. So the drone is directed back into
Dude,
the
at
tunnel.
least 610 is not there though, so
Upon descent,
least it's
a
some
deep
sort of, like-
roaring sound fills the audio. And the video feed shows what appears to be an immense human face with no discernible features and stretched
Oh.
to 20 times normal proportions.
Oh, dude, what
It rushes
is
towards
that?
the drone. There are eye sockets, but no eyes. A mouth, but no teeth. The drone fires upon this creature, but bullets do not deter it. There is no room in the tunnel for the drone to take evasive
Dude,
action,
What?
and
Is it gonna
soon
eat
the
it?
drone is swallowed, cutting both audio
Oh!
and video feed. Approval
Yo, what? Did that just happen? Oh my goodness, dude. That drone just got eaten, dude. Like, why, dude?
from Central HQ
got
was
ate.
granted for a manned assault excursion into
No,
the tunnels
not the
beneath Site A
drone.
to ascertain the SCP-610 infection's
610
extent.
though, dude.
The destruction of Site A and Site C established that 610 could be contained and destroyed, making the source of the infection top priority.
When did they build the tunnels?
The descent
though?
into the tunnels consisted of 5
Like,
teams,
where did they
2
even come
researchers,
from?
and 3 assault agents, along with enough equipment to establish an underground base of operations. The base camp for underground SCP-610
Got all the
operations
equipment there,
resided at the
though.
bottom of a 3-way junction where the tunnels split. The first pathway led from Site A to Cavern HQ. The second pathway connected to the
Oh, man,
ruined
I wouldn't
Site
wanna
B
choose
village,
either
where
of
an
those.
unknown 610 entity destroyed the previous drone.
Dude, I would not be going in any of these, dude. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Who knows what is in like each of those like tunnels or whatever. It's like a horror. It's like what nightmares are made of, dude. Like, oh my goodness, dude. It's like a scary movie or something.
The third pathway headed west and seemed to follow a flow of water from an unconfirmed source.
Dude, I feel like there's something in
The
that
2
water,
research
though.
teams divided
would
activities
not
between
go- I would
building
not
Cavern
pick that water
HQ
path.
and collecting samples of 610. No contagious materials were detected within this area, and the unknown creature recorded by the destroyed drone
Yeah,
did
what
not
was
appear
that
at any point
thing?
to the cavern staff.
That looks super creepy.
The remaining
though.
teams were ordered to proceed down the unexplored pathway with personal recording devices. After approximately 20
Dude, I would
kilometers of
not be
walking,
going
no infectious life forms appear in the
Dude,
tunnel.
Dude,
The assault
610 is
team
probably
leader then
like in
requests a
there. It's like,
transport
who
buggy
knows
be
what type
dispatched
of
to them,
creatures are in
which
there.
is used to continue the exploration. Following this, they come under attack by multiple 610
Oh, are you
infected life
serious,
forms
dude?
that emerge from the material coating the tunnel walls.
Bruh.
While the assault team manages to escape and protect the buggy during this attack,
Dude, see, I mean, they just started going down there, and 610's already, like, almost, like, trying to get them and stuff like that. So, I mean, dude, they just, like, literally got in there, dude. That's why I would not, like, choose, like, any of these paths, because I feel like any path you choose, it's 610 is going to be in there, dude, and it's going to be like, nah, man, I would not, dude, no way.
select members are lost to rapid water currents in
See,
the
now they're
stream
going
below.
down water, dude.
3 members of the
It's like a
assault
water
team
slide or
remain,
something, bro.
armed with a single flame unit. They continue with exploration. Hours later, the group comes under attack
Oh,
again
no,
from a
not
smaller
that thing
number
again.
of 610 entities larger than the previous encounters.
Oh my goodness,
Dispatching
dude.
the
See,
creatures
they're lurking
results
in
in
all
all
the
equipped
corners, though.
flamethrowers to deplete
They're
their
like
fuel tanks,
everywhere.
forcing the teams to rely on standard weapons and short-range personal flame units for the remainder of their excursion. The tunnel widens out into what appears to have once been a village
Yeah, I
of
was about to say, is that
indeterminate
like a
age.
town?
There is a church with a working clock tower, and the area surrounding the building
Yo, 610 has to be in this though. Like, I feel like there's gonna be like some type of creatures popping out of somewhere. Maybe that church, but maybe like it's like it looks like an old type of like village or something. Like they were saying. Like I feel like somewhere in there, 610 has to be like lurking
has a
in there,
dent
dude.
in the ground filled with a substance resembling a liquefied version of 610 fleshy material. The liquid moves with unseen force, rippling outward from invisible
that is
contact
so
points
creepy.
and rolling in waves from unfelt wind. The team avoids this liquid and proceeds to the church.
Dude,
Within the church are
I
four
would not
pews.
be going in there. Like
of them
that's where
shattered
like
and the
610 is.
Strangely, the entire area is immaculately clean.
Of course it is.
The clock tower bell tolls abruptly.
Dude,
This triggers a
How-
shutter in the
oh,
building,
that's not good.
followed by human
that's
screams
probably
that
not
appear
good.
to come from above.
Oh!
Light from an unknown source shines upon
Dude,
the
what
ceiling,
is that?
revealing a large mass of SCP-610
Oh!
and 6 wooden circles.
Dude,
Strapped to each ring is a living human, coated
oh!
entirely from neck to toe in 610. There
Yo, what is that though, dude? Like, what? Oh, there's people there though.
exposed head appears uninfected.
Yo,
There is relentless
they-
screaming as the
what
bell
is wrong
continues to
with
toll,
610,
wooden
dude?
circles lowering to the ground. An unknown creature cries from outside, prompting the
Hold
team to
up,
hide
what
behind
was
the pulpit.
that?
All sources of light are extinguished,
Dude,
pitching the area into darkness.
it's like
the
wherever you
camera's
go,
night vision is
610
left off,
is. Like, I would
presumably
be
to
out,
avoid
dude.
revealing the
I would
team's
not
location.
be in there.
A figure is seen holding a small torch from the church's entrance and lights a
Are they
series of
infected,
candles at the
though?
doorway. The flame is then applied
Dude,
to
is
a
that
rope
there?
coated
See,
in
I found the rope like
SCP-610,
everywhere though.
which quickly
610 is.
ignites and spreads up to a chandelier system.
Is that the
The
Pope?
light from this system illuminates the red material holding the captive humans, which shows signs of constant motion, rippling across itself in waves.
Oh no.
A flood of 610 infected shamble quickly into the area, proceed to the
No
captives
way.
and begin to rip off the red material surrounding them, resulting in further screams and cries.
Dude,
The
what?
red material seems to be connected to the humans, using them as a source of sustenance to grow, which then
Yo.
provides food to the 610 infected. Feeding like this continues for 6 minutes, at which time a figure sounds a gong, and all infected entities
Dude, what is that though? Oh my goodness, dude, what is 610? I feel like everywhere, everything, like in this place is like infected though. I mean, are like the people still there though? Like, oh my goodness, is like the team still there trying to like evacuate with 6? I mean, I don't know what's going on,
moved to
dude.
the pews. The figure then spontaneously collapses as if made from hollow clay. A pillar of
collapses,
SCP-610 flesh rises and extends through the hole behind the pulpit, directing itself toward the gathered creatures.
Oh,
10 minutes
no.
later, it retracts back into the hole, and the infected entities exit the church.
Where did they
As the
go?
3 team members attempt to leave, one of them is thrown
they're-
into the air several meters by a tendril that
Bruh.
emerges out of the ground. The 2 remaining members
Dude,
run back
what?
towards the buggy. Passing by a building, one of them is ambushed by a figure wielding a large crop
Dude,
scythe,
what is
which
that?
footage reveals to be the same infected who
What?
previously lit the church candles. The last member continues without
What
pause
is that?
towards the
What
buggy
is that? Is
location.
that a vehicle or a buggy?
However, the buggy is found half absorbed
my-
by a
of course.
SCP-610 mass covering the floor.
Of course it is. Like, everything, dude. Everything. Like, the church, inside the church, like in the village, everywhere, all the buildings, dude, even on the buggy. Like, for real, like, that's why I would not have even, like, been going. I'd be like, nah, I'll let somebody else take this, dude. I don't want anything to do with this, dude. Like, I would have been like, nah, I'm good.
While attempting to find another means of escape, his camera reveals the scythe-wielding figure approaching. Weapon raised. 2
Is that even
shots are
gonna do
fired,
anything, though?
and the video feed ends. 5 hours later, while final decisions were underway
Are they gonna be,
regarding
like,
how to
infected now?
contain or eradicate the SCP-610 threat,
I
a
feel like it's still
time-delayed
gonna be
video
there,
feed
though.
from the initial team members lost to the underground river currents became available. This feed was filled in
That river, though, it's
SCP-610
looking a little
L6
sketch.
field
I'm
log
not gonna lie. It looks
containing
a
the
little
exploration
sketch.
records of Operation Source Point. Remember to check out my new thoughts and
Yo, oh my goodness, though. I can see there being a part 3 because I feel like there could be like something else in this, dude. That river looks like super like creepy though. I feel like there's like some type of like river monster, something else living in there, dude. Like, oh my goodness, that was really interesting. Also, like really creepy and just like, oh, 610 though, like that village. I feel like everything in that village had like 610 on it. Like it was just like like the whole town, like the buggy, the church, everything, dude, and just everything. Oh, like I don't even know where those did they build the tunnels? Like did 610 and like the monsters in there? Did they build like the tunnels? Because I think that's like really interesting. Because after like this explosion in part 1, I thought that was probably like it for most of it, but no, there were like tunnels, dude. Like, oh my goodness, like how did they see that coming, dude? Like, oh my goodness, dude, 610 is like super creepy though. Like, oh, it's so like, oh, it's so creepy and just, oh, so interesting as well. And part 2, man, that was just, oh my goodness, dude. Part 1 was extra creepy, but this was so creepy as well. And I feel like there could possibly be a part 3. And if that's the case, dude, oh my goodness, dude, like, oh man, that's so creepy, dude. 610, the flesh that hates, dude. I mean, dude, I don't even know, dude. That I would not have even went there. I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna let somebody else do this, dude. We don't even know what this is or like anything, dude. So I'm gonna let somebody else take 610. But oh my goodness, though, like that was super interesting. Really, just oh my goodness, like again, like 610, dude, is just not playing around. It just definitely means business. But dude, that was so creepy and just oh my goodness, just so interesting, and just the animation were just absolutely just so incredible as well. I mean, the amount of detail depicting like the story and everything. But dude, that was just like really interesting and just really like creepy.
What do you guys think about SCP-610 The Flesh That Hates Part 2 SCP Animation? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, click that bell to turn notifications. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys did enjoy the video, as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next reaction video.